Thank you, Honorable Chair.
So do you agree, honorable members? From here, we can
Now-
only ask questions after he would have concluded.
Mr. Nkabinde. Did you inform the minister that you are referring the matter to IDEC?
I presented it to the minister and the minister advised me to refer to IDEC.
Notwithstanding the fact that the minister signed off on a recommendation giving the inspectorate a further 10 days to investigate the matter. You say the minister was informed by you that you were referring it to IDEC.
Yes, because it has nothing to do with that inspectorate investigation.
Okay, I suppose the rest is for argument because it just doesn't make sense to me. You say in your referral to IDEC, it's CMN5. Attached, please find for ease of reference, copy of a written correspondence addressed to the Honorable Minister of Police by Honorable Member of Parliament, Honorable Fadil Adams.
Yes,
So you skip out an entire process. This referral is the one that of 1 November. That's the referral that you're referring to.
which process I've skipped?
The process that happened subsequently when you wrote to the National Commissioner.
That has
And said,
nothing to
"Please
do with this.
investigate."
That has nothing to do with this.
So I want to put it to you. Either you did this without telling the minister that you are referring this matter to IDEC.
Now, all the complaints, we present them to the minister.
So you're saying today that the Minister Nkunu at the time, was complicit in referring this scanty complaint that lacked any veracity to IDEC for investigation.
No, minister did a very good job to refer something. Because if he sits on it, it will be committing a defeating ends of justice.
In your affidavit, so what was your, just remind me again, your answer was that the minister was aware that you are referring it to IDEC.
Yes,
The minister didn't instruct you or direct you immediately to refer it to IDEC.
he directed me when I was presenting this complaint. In fact, it was not even one complaint, it was several complaints, and this one was included.
So sorry, what did he tell you?
No, we were discussing, remember, I'm presenting the complaints. I'm giving him the merits. I'm giving him that this complainant, he require an independent body and is complaining about the National Commissioner. Then the minister said, IDEC will be appropriate if now is complaining about the National Commissioner.
So you say at paragraph 67 of your main affidavit, Minister Nkunu decided to have it referred, decided to have it so referred, and on 11 November, I directed correspondence to IDEC to have the matter referred for investigation.
That's correct.
It's not quite the same. It's not quite the same as what you say in your letter. The letter says that The letter says attached hereto for ease of reference, copy of a written correspondence addressed to the Honourable Minister by Honourable Member of Parliament.
Yes.
It is different, materially different.
That
It's
what happened.
adopting, yes, you're adopting a hands-off approach. You say, look, the minister has received this complaint, and here with the complaint, I'm sending it to you.
Like my email to the National Commissioner, I said that the ministry received this complaint. We're referring to you.
No, but you don't say here, which is what you say in your oral evidence today, and you confirm in your affidavit, is that the minister has not only received this complaint, he's discussed it with you. You said you discussed it amongst other complaints, and he has decided to refer it to IDEC. Can we agree that that's not what your letter says to IDEC?
Do you think I was supposed to say that? For what? For what?
All right. I'm sure there'll be some other questions that you can answer later on. I think it's materially important that you say to an institution or to a unit like IDEC or to an anti-corruption body that the minister has decided this thing, and herewith I'm referring it to you.
Should I send all my letters to you first and proofread?
No.
In
SC, please hold there. The chair is outside. So there's a general rule that when the chair is outside, I'm the acting chair. Mr. Nkabinde, we don't think you are respectful in terms of how you are responding to what the SC is asking you. You can't say those things that should I send it to you before I do this and that. You can disagree with what the SC is saying, but you can do that in a respectful way. It's completely incorrect, it's unacceptable if you are going to treat these two settings in that way. This is the third question. Now I'm noticing you are responding in a very wrong way. So can you please refrain from that?
Not that.
Before you respond,
Honorable Matthys?
no, but I don't know when did it become a general rule that you are the acting chair? Don't take us for granted like that.
Mr. Nkabinde has noted that. SC, you can proceed.
Yes, acting chair.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's not a joke.
Okay. Mr. Nkabinde, can we move to the minister's directive of the 31st of December 2024? You had no role to play in advising the minister or drafting or co-drafting the directive? No?
That's correct, Chair.
What was your role?
My
If any.
my role was to send out the letter of directives.
Did you, were you in physically in the office when you were required to send the directive off to various people?
No. I was at home
You were at home and the minister was also at home.
and the minister was also at his home, yes.
Did he first call you?
He called me to say that there's a letter of directives he will need me to send out.
So he must have sent the letter to you
Yes, he did.
and you then sent it onward.
Yes.
Now that letter is CMN 3. Oh, sorry, the email, the letter itself, sorry, is not attached. But the email attachment is CMN 4. No, 3. No. Have you got CMN 3?
Do you have a page number?
Your affidavit, Mr. Nkabinde, it's not paginated. The main affidavit. So have you got it? Did the minister send you the directive also by email, or how did he send it to you, a fax, or what? How did he send it?
Email,
Email.
yes.
You don't have that email from the minister to yourself that you can share with us?
No,
You don't have it at all, or you just haven't?
I can go through my laptop once my laptop is back.
Are you able to locate it as soon as possible and send it and let us have it?
I don't know when will my laptop be back.
Or is it also one of the devices that's
Yeah.
been seized?
I can't even check the minister's device. They were also taken.
So you'll make a note that you'll send it to us. So what did the minister instruct you or direct you to do?
He said he needs me to send the letter of directive to the national commissioner and copy the acting national commissioner who was going to act at that time, Lieutenant General Mosekiti.
So did you know, were you aware that the national commissioner was at that time going to take leave,
Yes, I was aware.
and that the national commissioner Mosekiti, that's how you pronounce it, eh? Mosekiti.
Mosekiti, yes.
Right. So the minister tells you send it to the national commissioner, to the soon to be acting national commissioner, and to who else?
That's all. He just gave me those two names.
Okay. With no other instructions.
No, not at all.
So your email on CMN3 is addressed to quite a few people.
Yes,
Did you email this to them on your own initiative, of your own bat? You weren't instructed by the minister to send it to them?
that is a standard practice.
Oh, okay. Standard practice to send it to, now let's look at the name. Masemola is the national commissioner. Mosekiti is the soon to be acting national commissioner. Sebola,
Is an executive manager of the national commissioner,
Batoko,
staff office of the national commissioner.
Landu,
The PA of the minister,
Mtembu,
our PLO in the ministry,
Mokotsi,
the spokesperson of the minister,
and Pakoli is
the
the
special advisor to the minister, yes.
Pakoli is the special advisor. Okay. And who is that person? Home 13404@gmail.com.
Is the email of the minister, private email of the minister.
Okay. So before the directive was sent, apparently there was some exchange between the minister, and I speak subject to correction. He may have also asked Advocate Pakoli to make some changes, some comments. Is that right?
That's correct.
Were any other persons involved?
Not at all.
So are you, I suppose you wouldn't know, when you received the directive from the minister, it's been signed by him,
That's correct.
and you would have assumed that he drafted the directive.
That's correct.
So how did you know, when did you know that Advocate Pakoli also had some hand in it?
The minister instructed me that before I send, I must send it to Advocate Bigoli for proofreading and inputs. I'm the one who sent it to Advocate Bigoli.
So that was the instruction.
Yes.
And the acting commissioner, where would the acting commissioner have been at that time when you sent it on the 31st?
I'm not sure unless if she will be in Pretoria.
So wherever they were, they would have received this
Yes,
email,
yes, they do because
their email address.
yeah, it's synergized with our cell phones. So you get your emails anytime.
And what did you think about the directive when you read it, when you saw it?
No, I just treat it as one of those directives that it's just between a directive between the National Commissioner and the Minister. I never have any thought.
Thank you
of
very
it.
much, Chair. Just a follow-up
And
on
the
the
content of it, don't fill,
Adams complaint.
there's a moratorium on the filling of
Are you aware,
intelligence
Chief of
posts,
Staff, that
border
Mr. Adams
posts,
opened the case on the
disbandment
28th
of
of
the
October 2024 in
PKTT?
Cape Town?
You would agree three major decisions.
Yes.
You didn't think anything of it or asked Minister any questions?
No, did not think of so.
And the fact that this is the last day of the year didn't strike you as odd or strange?
No, it was not strange because we were busy working even on that day.
What was your experience, if any, of the PKTT before that day, before the 31st of December 2024?
No, there's absolutely nothing. I now start to hear about PKTT when there's these proceedings. There's absolutely nothing about PKTT that I know.
Were you not at any meetings with either General Mkwanazi or Khumalo before then?
Before 31st?
Yeah.
Yes, there were meetings where PKTT was mentioned, which I attended.
Yeah, can I refer you to your affidavit at paragraph 68 on page 23?
I got it.
You've got it?
Yes.
So you say, I do however have knowledge of the existence of PKTT. I recall attending meetings in November 2024, which was attended by SAP's top management, of course, in my capacity as a chief of staff.
Which paragraph?
Paragraph 69 of your original affidavit.
I got it.
So what were those meetings? You talk about meetings in November 2024.
Yes, there was a meeting 21st of November. There was a meeting 22nd of November where the PKTT issue was touched on.
And who all attended that meeting?
The first meeting was the top management, deputy ministers. The 22nd meeting was the top management again and all provincial commissioners.
And as you say in paragraph 70, you attend all meetings with the minister as his chief of staff.
That's correct.
So what was discussed in these meetings in November?
Even though I won't have the full picture, but the main topic was about an organizational structure. They were finalizing a new organizational structure. So there were several issues pertaining to that. And the PKTT issue was touched on during that discussion.
So where did the PKTT, according to your recollection, where did it fit into the organizational structure?
It was agreed that it will fall under a murder and robbery unit. Serious and violent crime unit was gonna be in a new structure, and the murder and robbery unit as a component, and all these other task teams and specialized unit will fall under this murder and robbery unit respectively.
I'm not going to engage you any further on it because of time, but those of us who were in the hearings when Minister Mkhunu, your minister, testified, didn't quite relay your understanding of what was said in that meeting the way you do today. So there seems to be a conflict. It wasn't discussed in the way that you conveying to us today.
It was discussed like that. It was not a standalone issue, but during those interaction about organizational structure, PKTT was touched on, including inspectorate was touched on, including VISPOL and ORS was touched on.
So your recollection, it was touched on.
Yes.
It wasn't a standalone topic.
Yes, the standalone topic was an organizational structure.
So it was discussed, as it were, by the way.
It was discussed because it was affected by the new organizational structure. The inspectorate was affected, VISPOL policing was affected, and all the other specialized units was affected.
Are you saying that your recollection is that after that meeting, it was your sense or your impression that the PKTT was going to be disbanded and now fall under murder and robbery?
Yes.
So why did you not respond initially when I asked you what was your reaction when you saw the minister's directive on the 31st of December, which calls for the immediate disestablishment of PKTT? Why didn't you say, oh, well, this wasn't news to me. After the meeting we had in November, where this issue of PKTT was discussed and it was going to fall under murder and robbery. It didn't come to me as a surprise.
Yes, hence I'm saying I did not have any thoughts because even those three issues for me were not a surprise. So I took it that it's just a directive between the minister and the national commissioner, like I normally facilitate.
Well, I've already put it to you and I'm going to leave it there, that's not the recollection of Minister Nkunu. Certainly not because the national commissioner was also in that meeting.
Yes,
You say senior management was in it.
yes.
Who was there on behalf of PKTT?
Kumalo was there, General Mkwanazi was there, all provincial commissioners were there.
Well, it's certainly not their recollection. They claim, and it seems to be accepted as common cause, that they were not consulted on the disbandment of PKTT before the 31st of December.
No, I can't comment on that. But 22nd of November, this what was discussed. It's an organizational structure and all affected units were spoken about.
Yeah, so it seems to me, Mr. Nkabinde, that everybody was surprised except you and the minister about the directive on 31st of December.
I am not sure, I can't comment.
And subsequently, not that it's particularly material because you were the chief of staff and not the decision maker, but subsequently you were at the portfolio committee presentation on the 5th of March.
That's correct.
And what did you make then of Lieutenant General Kumalo's presentation? That in fact, that no disbandment is going to take place. It's going to be a phasing out process.
Yeah, that was my understanding as well. That was a national commissioner presented to the minister on the 22nd of January. That this is an approach is going to take. So I was not surprised there because that was a decision of the national commissioner.
Yeah, then on the 6th, the 5th of March, we were here in Parliament. The 6th of March, there's again a high-level presentation by senior management. You were also in that meeting.
That's correct.
And you were also in the meeting of the 27th of March.
That's correct.
Can you confirm at that meeting that you and Minister Nkunu got very angry that he was now being told that there's going to be no disbandment or disestablishment of the PKTT, but it's going to be phased out over time?
No, there's no such thing.
Sorry?
There was no such thing. We already had an understanding through a 22nd of January report. The National Commission made very clear how he is planning to implement a phase-out approach of the PKTT.
And the current situation, what is your view on it? That the PKTT is still alive, kicking, and in operation, taking on more cases?
There's nothing wrong. It's about the National Commissioner. He's the one deciding what he wants to do as an accounting officer. For us is to support him.
Now, you, on the 2nd of January, you received a call from Lieutenant General Mkwanazi in relation to the directive,
That's correct.
and you deal with it from paragraph 52 onwards. And in your supplementary, you deal with the recording of Lieutenant General Mkwanazi from paragraph 72 on page 24.
That's correct.
This is what you say in paragraph 52. He asked why I allowed the minister to issue the directive and further asked me to speak to the minister and to request that he withdraw the directive. He said I should speak to the minister not as chief of staff, but as a person who has known the minister before I became chief of staff. Lieutenant General Mkwanazi indicated he saw the letter on social media. He indicated that if the minister does not withdraw the directive, there will be fight back. He further indicated that if the minister is clean, he can continue with the implementation of the directive, and they're going to dig up on him when he was Premier of KZN.
That's correct.
What did you understand by what, assuming that is what General Mkwanazi told you as you recorded it? What was your reaction or response to that? You all friends.
Yes, that's correct.
In fact, you hang out together, isn't it?
That's correct.
Uh-huh. Okay. So he's phoning you as a bosom buddy.
That's correct.
So what is your response?
No, I said I'll speak to the minister.
Then on the 3rd, you say he called again to ask you whether you've in fact discussed the matter with the minister.
That's correct.
And you told him you didn't have a chance to do so yet.
That's correct.
And what was the reason for that? Did you not take him seriously?
No, I could not have a chance. I was still gonna do it, but I could not have a chance there and there to do it.
But you then did discuss it with the minister. And you told the minister that General Mkwanazi was not happy.
That's correct.
And you told the minister that he's using language like there'll be a fight back.
That's correct.
What was the minister's response?
The minister just said, let us discuss about it when we meet in Cape Town. We were going to come in to Cape Town. And then he further said, if he's giving such a serious threat, you should consider recording him.
So on the 4th, General Mkwanazi called again.
That's correct.
And you told him that the matter, the minister said he would discuss the matter when they met in Cape Town.
That's correct.
So did you record General Mkwanazi on the 4th of January?
No,
And on the 5th of January, you receive a WhatsApp from General Mkwanazi, which was a forwarded message addressed to the general, whose name is unknown. The WhatsApp message, is that the one that's on page 20 below paragraph 57.5?
that's correct.
Okay. It says, good evening, General, the police minister, chief of staff was contacted by KZN Provincial Commissioner, Lieutenant General Mkwanazi. Mkwanazi has threatened the minister by saying that if the minister does not withdraw the instruction of disbanding the PKTT, General Khumalo and General Mkwanazi are going to arrest the minister with false cases. General Mkwanazi also stated that the minister and Parliament Police Committee must leave General Khumalo alone, and they are going to use their contacts to secure a warrant of arrest to arrest the minister. General Mkwanazi has also mentioned to the Chief of Staff that he was appointed by the National Commissioner to be the chairperson in the General Khan departmental trial in January, where he's going to dismiss General Khan because of the minister who's coming after him and General Kumala. That's where the WhatsApp ends. Now, all that is what in the WhatsApp. That's obviously not true. That's not what General Mkwanazi told him.
Yes, it's not true. That's not what we discussed on the 2nd.
Okay, so that's what General Mkwanazi sends to you on the 5th. And is it on that day that you recorded your discussion with him?
That's correct.
Was he aware that you were discussing it with him?
Was he aware?
Was he aware that you were recording his discussion with him?
No, he was not.
Why didn't you tell him that you were recording it?
It's because I did not understand why he's sending me a distorted message. Some things that me and him were in conversation with. Now, all of a sudden, on the 5th, he is sending me this message with the distorted information. So I did not understand what a game is played. Then I decided to record so that when again he comes back with something like this, I can produce and have evidence that no. Because I did not understand where this thing is taking us now. Because it's just two of us talking on the 2nd. Now he's sending me a message purportedly about our conversation with a distorted, totally out things that himself he did not even say.
But you've confirmed that the message that is forwarded to you by General Mkwanazi, that the content of this message
Point of
is-
order, Chair.
Point of order.
Thank you, Chair. Previously, Mr. Nkabinde, you are now telling us lies. A few minutes ago, you just said to us that the minister suggested that you record General Mkwanazi. Is that not so?
Yeah, he did say that.
He did say so.
Consider
So
it.
why are you now saying that you recorded him because of the misunderstanding, because you did not understand?
Honorable James, with due respect, I said, let's allow the SC to conclude. And then that matter, you must just note it. We are going to afford you time to raise it with the, just write it down. I will come and afford you time to ask the questions. Thank you.
May I continue, Chair? Honourable Chair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nako ya go e jele ke magotlo. It means you are on the referee's optional time.
Am I on a yellow?
Yeah, if you
Am I on a yellow?
if you look at Honorable Skosana behind you, he is saying to you that the
Was
goals
given a
of
red
winning the match are scored in the dying minutes of the game. That's what he's saying to you.
We'll have to go to VAR, Chair. Mr. Nkabinde, you know this message is not, it's forwarded to you from General Mkwanazi, but it's not General Mkwanazi. It's not his message to you. He's sending it to you to tell you, inform you that this is a WhatsApp that has appeared somewhere and he's sending it to you, that this was on social media.
That's correct.
And you confirm that what's in the WhatsApp, the content is untrue, it's false.
That's correct.
So why do you tell the minister that you had this conversation with General Mkwanazi, and the minister interprets what you tell him as a threat, and then suggests to you, oh, well, maybe you should record him? That doesn't make sense, Mr. Nkabinde.
I spoke to the minister on the 4th. That is when minister said we'll talk about this in Cape Town. It was before this call. It was before the 5th. The minister, I referred our conversation on the 2nd. That's what I shared with the minister.
Yes. But you only record General Mkwanazi on the 5th.
On the 5th, yes.
But by then he's WhatsApp you several times.
That's correct.
And there's nothing threatening about what he's telling you in the WhatsApps.
Which WhatsApp?
Well, between the 2nd and the 4th.
No, there was nothing threatening. He was just making a follow-up to check if I did speak to the minister or not, and what is the minister saying.
So that's the point that I want to come to, is why would you want to record him? Is it because you wanted to record him? Is it because the minister had suggested or recommended or proposed that you record him?
In this particular one, what prompted me to record it's when General Mkwanazi is sending me a message purportedly to be our conversation, just two of us, but with the distorted information.
And subsequent to you, I think we have tried to play the recording, but it is corrupted. Maybe it was sent to IDEC. It was corrupted, so we couldn't hear the exchange properly, because the minister had brought it here and said we should play it. Do you recall that?
Yes, I recall.
What was your recollection of what was discussed?
What was discussed where?
Yeah, was it threatening?
It was threatening. Fight back is a threat. There'll be fight back. We'll dig on you while you as a premier. That's a threat.
Yeah. So are you now saying that? Let me just find the message. Are you now saying that part of this WhatsApp that was forwarded to you by General Mkwanazi on the 5th, that is partly accurate?
It is partly accurate.
Okay. Yeah, now you're moving a bit. You said first the contents are entirely false. Now part of it is actually true.
Yes.
Okay. Why didn't you again look at it and see what other parts might be, according to your recollection, what General Mkwanazi told you?
Which are in this message.
Yes.
For the minister to withdraw the instruction of disbandment, he did say that he wanted me to speak to the minister about.
But would you accept, Mr. Nkabinde, that if, according to General Mkwanazi, General Kumalo, General Masimola, the key people involved with PKTT on the operational side, who weren't consulted, that if they say no, you must withdraw the instruction or the directive, is that a threat?
He did not say you never consulted, you must withdraw. He said he must withdraw, otherwise there'll be fight back. And otherwise, we're gonna dig him while he was a premier. He never said, and in fact, if General Mkwanazi, because he is a close person to me, if he was open up, maybe I would have arranged other things, maybe arranged him to meet the minister or something.
Okay, maybe just quickly move on to another topic. I'm sure the issue of the WhatsApps and all that's going to be further explored with you. A search and seizure warrant was also granted against you to seize your electronic devices.
That's correct.
Why do you think, and I think we've got the affidavit of Brigadier Kuneni. You are implicated. Is it the next to the affidavit? The notice of application for the search and seizure is an exhibit. And you've got a copy. We had previously made it available.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So without going into any detail, you are implicated by Brigadier Kuneni and I think the key paragraph is at paragraph 61 on page 21.
61.
Or rather, let's start at paragraph 59 of the affidavit. You find it?
50.
Paragraph 59 on page 21.
Yes, I got it.
This is what Brigadier Kuneni says. Mtunu, Nkosi, Nkabinde, and Sabia are the people to whom Mokgotsi and Matlala had direct and indirect access to. Mtunu, Nkabinde, and Sabia were the chief role players in the disbandment and disestablishment of the PKTT. Matlala and Mokgotsi's communications on the one hand, and Sabia, Nkabinde, and Nkunu's irrational conduct relating to the immediate disbandment of PKTT on the other, establish a factual basis for the reasonable suspicion that they are complicit in the unlawful termination of the PKTT. And then at this stage, this is the following facts, points towards the existence of a common purpose or conspiracy. Mokgotsi's knowledge of the disbandment of the PKTT prior to this decision actually taken. Mokgotsi's knowledge that the dockets were to be forwarded to the police headquarters weeks before Sabia's correspondence was prepared and emailed. Mokgotsi's possession of WK2, that's an exhibit before it was in the public domain. That's the directive. The fact that Mokgotsi forwarded WK2, the directive, to Matlala and then explained the disestablishment process going forward indicates that Matlala had a vested interest in the termination of PK22. Why would Mokgotsi explain these irrelevant details to him on a public holiday? Matlala's pledge to support Mchunu in whatever help he needs just before WK2 and his subsequent further financial contribution towards the flight tickets for the ANC's 113 annual celebrations in early January 2025. Mkwanazi's disestablishment of PKTT without any consultation with the main role players and his failure to provide any cogent reason for his decision. Sabia and Nkabinde's absolute disregard to Masamola's decision and instruction of a phased-out approach in the establishment of the PKT. Your comment on this? That's the basis on which the warrant was obtained, isn't it? In court, it goes to a judge. These allegations are made on oath, and the warrant is then authorized.
My comment will be, this affidavit and all these allegations, it was compiled in order to obtain a search and seizure warrant. So to obtain a search and seizure warrant and get all those relevant devices and so forth, it's for them now to conduct investigation. So if one will comment, I will say I support their move. I fully support their move that when there are such allegations, investigate so that you will get evidence to avoid unnecessary speculations and assumption. So I fully agree and support what they are doing in taking those devices so that they can prove their case. Because what I like with investigation as an investigator myself, the investigation prove you guilty or disprove you guilty.
Well, but then you also suffer the inconvenience of having your mobile devices seized. You can't use them. You end up appearing in a hearing and you forget the dates because you don't have your devices. And there's all kinds of other inconveniences you suffer. The public humiliation, having your devices seized, and being a suspect in a really serious charge of conspiracy to disband the PKTT. Okay.
That is exactly the reason why I support the investigation. So that after all this humiliation, the investigation will reveal the truth, whether someone is guilty or is innocent, instead of speculating.
I've been shown a yellow card before I get a red card, you know, like the Springboks get every week. I'm going to ask Chair that there is one other aspect, if I could come back at some other stage, that relates to your leaving IPID in 2018. If I could just reserve that for later.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ngabinde.
Okay. So thank you so much, SC and Mr. Nkabinde. Honorable members, this is what we are going to do. I have calculated your time.
Nothing. Sure, I would do honestly. Nothing.